Yo, it's Fly, what's Fly? It's Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, number one contender, one man gang, let's go. You know what it is. And this is our first installment of Pilot's Quick Predictions, aka Pilot's QPs. And the topic and card we'll be discussing will be Saturday, April 12th, starting at about 6 p.m. Eastern in Atlantic City, New Jersey. We're going to have a welterweight unification bout between Jerron Boots Ennis and a Stanionis. Boots Ennis, 33 and 0. Stanionis, 15 and 0. 12 round welterweight IBF and WBA unification. Now, this is a fight I think every boxing fan and anybody listening out there will love this fight. Great clash of styles. Personally, I'm not the only person that probably feels this way, but welterweight to me is my favorite division. It's the glory division. Other than heavyweight, it's the most historic division, and it comes in waves. A couple years ago, we had the big undisputed bout. However, after that, things change. Danny Garcia moves up slash retires. Porter retires. Bud moves up. Bud retires. Spence, etc., etc. Thurman too at 154. But anyways, this fight right here is a fight I've been looking forward to once it's been announced. Is the best fight that can be made at 147. It's a fight that I don't think Stanionis is no pushover. He has the piston like jab. He's a very, to me, versatile boxer. Now, he hasn't been as active as, I know he had the Virgil Ortiz situation where he was almost on the shelf for about a year. Um, and Ennis is at the point of his career, Boots, where he's not fighting 3 times a year anymore. He's fighting twice a year, and it's trying to be meaningful fights. But he's at the end of the day more active than Stanionis. Looking age wise, he's a younger gentleman too. He's 3 years younger at 27, whereas Stanionis is 30. And Stanionis, while he has all these tools in his tool bag, Boots has it too. Now there are some cause for concern. We saw in the Karen fights. We saw in the even the Avenida fight, and even the Villa fight. I mean, there's been times where Ennis, but as you step up in competition, you're not going to look as invincible. I look at this fight really close to 50-50. I do lean towards Jerron Boots Ennis. Call it American bias. I think Ennis is the favorite for a reason, but it's closer than what I think the odds makers and everybody else has it. I think it's a really close fight where it's going to go to the cards, and I think Ennis will win a comfortable 8-4. 116, 112 sort of deal. You could see 7-7-5s. Now, if Boots Ennis is able to knock out Stanionis, that hype, that I'm not saying his hype is derailed, but that hype of he's would have KO'd Bud and Bud ran from him, that kind of buzz will be back. That hype. It has tapered down a little bit due to the Karen fights mainly, and I do want to see Karen against one of the top welters. I think I'm a hopeful when it comes to welterweight. I think it's coming back slowly. With Brian Norman, um, making his mark, getting the knockout a couple weeks ago, and now this unification. And in May we're gonna have a fake WBA title, but a fight between Ryan Garcia and Rolly for some WBA shit. But still pretty cool to see the 140 guys move up and make 147 great again. Like boxing is better when welterweight is kind of prominent. With Haney Ramirez that they catch with at 143, I think, it's just things are heating back up. I don't know how long Ennis is going to be there. I kind of hope if he does win this fight, I hope he doesn't stay at welterweight forever because he'll be 30 years old in no time and he still may not undispute. So I think he's a guy that can move up in weight and be successful, but, all the smoke's coming back at 147, but nobody's going to want to smoke with Ennis. Pause. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that fight. I think Stanionis can win that fight. I would be a little shocked, but wouldn't be completely jaw dropped. In regard to if Stanny won. Also on that card, we have another fight that I'm really looking forward to. I think Raymond Ford has shown a lot of improvement in the past. couple 3 years. I think last year he had two of the more exciting fights. Definitely one of the better finishes with the Otebek finish. But he's fine. Thomas Matisse, a 130 high. I wouldn't say a journeyman, but a high end. Just on the cusp of being a contender. I remember his last fight in New Mexico. Sorry, in Mexico City, where he should have beat Eduardo Hernandez. There was some BS on the cut. They went to the cards because Hernandez's cut was bad, and they kind of just screwed out my boy Thomas Matisse. But this is a fight where Thomas Matisse is the overwhelming underdog, but he's got a chance, man. He's got a real good chance in this. But I think Ford will win this fight. But it is a fight where, Ford is second fight at 130. So it'll be interesting to see how, Matisse is a pretty solid test at 130. So I'll do like Ford in that fight, probably a decision. We do have another, speaking of welterweight, we do have Giasov versus Ocampo as well. Giasov had some high hype. Kind of tapered down a lot with Giasov lately. I'm not the only one. Yeah, I'm not the only one, but it's a decent fight, I guess. It'll, probably be an opener type bop. We also got some of the younger brothers. Usually, I like to do a prospender. My prospect contender definition, coined by Pilot himself, me. Not really one of those guys on here. Uh, Maybe the Arturo Popoca Cardo fight is kind of that kind of ordeal. Omari Jones, who made his debut a couple months, or maybe it was like a month ago, I think. Omari Jones, silver medalist, fighting at welterweight or 154, I think. But yeah, he got the stoppage back in March March last month, and he's back again fighting lack of a better term, McCann. But I'm hope anytime an Olympic amateur American, especially a silver medalist, is in relatively higher weight, we'll keep our eyes on him, right? Also, we got Shakur Stevenson's cousin, Zigquin Moses, who's a lightweight, 135. Got a decision a few months ago. Um, oh no, he got the stoppage back in January. I forgot. Yeah, he got So this is his third fight. He got a decision in his first fight. Got retired his opponent in the second fight, and he's fighting a 1-3 guy. So I'm hoping and I'm assuming he should get him a guy out of there. Hopefully. But yeah, other than that, I mean, MWJ, make welter great again. Ennis boost and Stanionis. It should be a great fight. I'm hoping it's a fight of the year contender. On paper, I don't, it's the most fight I'm looking forward to more than any other rounds fight. But what it is. We'll be back. Pods, QPs, keeping it short and sweet. Pause. Let's be easy one.